with a horrifying beast covered in fur, with a huge tail, long fangs, and razor-like claws.
His jaw just dropped. It was the size of a small bear, at least. It was shocking, it was violent, it was horrifying, and it was completely unexplainable.
Deep in the vaults of the world's greatest institutions lie extraordinary relics and chilling secrets waiting to be revealed.
These are the mysteries at the museum.
The University of Wyoming Art Museum. In the shadows of the colorful masterpieces that adorn the walls is a sinister-looking artifact with a horrifying tale to tell.
It's about 6 inches tall and weighs about 9 ounces. It's made of wood, it has sharp, bird-like talons for feet and powerful, muscular legs. It's draped in heavy turquoise jewelry. It looks like a mythical creature.
This Navajo figurine recalls a being that may have preyed on an unsuspecting clan.
This is the story of an innocent family, a series of violent events, and a supernatural legend.
(1994), Uinta Basin, Utah. A married couple named Terry and Gwen Sherman have just moved into their dream house, a sprawling 480-acre ranch in the country.
They dreamed of starting their own cattle business, away from the hustle and bustle of town life.
All seems well for the duo. But they're about to experience a series of bizarre encounters that will shatter their peaceful life. One night they're relaxing at home when they notice something outside the window. 2 small lights way off in the distance. The strange thing is the house is completely isolated.
They weren't near any roads, there were no other houses around, there were no other sources of light.
The Shermans peer through the window to get a closer look. Suddenly, the lights begin to move. Then the couple hears a terrifying crackling noise.
This was the stuff of horror movies. It must have been one of the most scary moments of their lives.
The lights eventually disappear, but the fear lingers. And it turns out it's not the first time the strange glowing orbs have visited the area. Unidentified flying objects have been spotted in the area for centuries. But these mysterious lights are only the first in a series of alarming events. A short time later, Terry spots a sinister creature in the distance. He grabs his hunting rifle and sprints towards it. Near the livestock pen, he comes face to face with a horrifying beast covered in fur, with a huge tail, long fangs, and razor-like claws.
His jaw just dropped. It was the size of a small bear, at least.
Terry takes aim and shoots the creature several times, but to no effect.
It just calmly stood on its hind legs, walked into the woods, and vanished. Terry had no idea what to make of this. He was horrified.
Not long after the bizarre encounter, the ranchers discover that one of their cows has been mutilated. And as the months pass, more and more of the cattle suffer the same fate.
It was shocking, it was violent, it was horrifying, and it was completely unexplainable.
And soon, the Shermans are on the brink of financial ruin.
A cattle rancher in a bad year might lose 1% of his herd. The Shermans had lost 20%.
It seems the couple's dreams of a quiet country life have been shattered. But it turns out that their problems may have roots in an eerie local legend. The Sherman Ranch is located on land that once belonged to the Ute tribe.
In the late 19th century, the Ute started capturing and selling the Navajo as slaves to the Spanish in trade for horses.
In retaliation, the Navajo put a curse on the Utes' land.
From then on, their land was known as home to an evil spirit. The spirit was a shapeshifter. It could look like a mythical figure, half human, half beast, or it could take the guise of a werewolf.
In Native American culture, Such a creature is known as a skinwalker, a being depicted in the sculpture now on display at the University of Wyoming Art Museum. And it's eerily similar to the fiend that seems to be terrorizing the Sherman family.
Their dream had become a nightmare. They could only stand so much.
The couple believes their only option is to leave. In September 1996, they sell the property to wealthy real estate mogul Robert Bigelow.
Robert Bigelow was not your average billionaire. He was wealthy, yes, but he had a lifelong fascination with the paranormal, the obscure, and the bizarre.
Bigelow is determined to get to the bottom of these strange happenings.
Whatever had chased the Shermans away was still roaming that ranch. The truth was far stranger than anything anyone could have imagined.
It's 1996. Strange otherworldly lights are plaguing a ranch in Utah. And a beast has slaughtered dozens of cattle and chased one family off their land. Now the owner, a man named Robert Bigelow, is on the hunt to find out what's really behind these chilling encounters.
Bigelow pours all his resources into uncovering the truth.
Robert Bigelow became fixated with solving the mystery of what had happened at this ranch. He hired scientists, researchers, surveillance personnel. He had a whole team of professional investigators surveying this entire property.
Eventually, one plausible theory emerges. Not far from the ranch is one of the military's largest nuclear test facilities, Dugway Proving Ground. During the 1940s and 1950s, the Army conducted nearly 100 weapons tests, including artillery shells and aerial bombs filled with radioactive dust. Perhaps this fallout could be connected to the sightings of the strange creature.
If radiation had contaminated the property and the land surrounding it, it could cause some wild animals to mutate or to grow enormously large, to become aggressive, and maybe even to glow.
Despite his best efforts, Bigelow is unable to capture the beast or prove the existence of otherworldly visitors. To this day, there are reports that whatever is out there still roams the wilderness.
This is the kind of stuff that will keep you up at night.
And this sculpture, made by a Navajo artist to represent the mysterious beast, just like the one the Shermans may have seen, is in the collection of the University of Wyoming Art Museum. It recalls a strange supernatural mystery that remains unsolved to this very day.